Right, so welcome to a Kali Linux or ethical hacking tutorial, right? So in this video, basically what I'll do is I'll cover all about Kali Linux, cybersecurity and ethical hacking, right? Because as you know, Kali Linux is basically a Linux distribution that is aimed at penetration testers or ethical hackers or whoever really is interested in security. Now, the reason why Kali Linux has a very good reputation in terms of offensive security is because it's just a great system. I use Kali daily whenever I do pen testing. This is my main system to go to. Right, so let's actually get our hands dirty and I will show you how to use basic tools on Kali. Now, I'm not going to show you command line or how to install Kali. I've shown you this before. Just go on my channel and there will be videos in the playlist, or there should be some videos on my basically channel. Not that long ago, there should be some videos that basically where I show you how to use the command line. There's a full tutorial that I've made and how to install Kali, right? So if you need help, just go to these videos. To launch the terminal, you just need to open this basically little dollar sign and there is like a black box. If you open this, it opens the terminal, right? If you press Ctrl plus numpad plus, it will allow you to zoom out. If you press numpad minus and Ctrl, it will zoom out, right? Very useful options, especially if you can see. If it doesn't work for you, if you come to File, Preferences, Shortcuts, you can change stuff if you want to, and you can also change your, like for example, your zoom outs and zoom ins, okay? And there's also zoom reset, but I don't really use that at all. Okay, now if you just zoom in to fix it. Okay, now what we're gonna do is I'll show you a very useful command, or a very important command. Let's say that you want to use John the Ripper. John the Ripper is basically for cracking passwords, right? So let's say I want to use John, but I don't know how to use John. If you type in John, which is the tool or the command to launch the tool, and you type in -help, it will actually launch a help menu to show you how to use this tool. And this will basically work with all the tools. So if you need a help, basically if you need help with a certain tool, just type -help, or sometimes -h, and it will work the same, right? So if I actually do John -h, it should, yeah, as you saw, it does the exact same thing. Okay. Now let's actually use a tool called Hashcat. Hashcat is used in cracking hashes, right? So if you just launch Hashcat -h, I don't know if that's gonna launch the whole, yes, okay, it does, right? So what we're looking for is I want to crack a JWT token, but I need to actually find it. Might not be able to, that's fine, right? So we can do basically a faster way. If you use Hashcat -h, so this launches a help menu, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna sort the results. I'm gonna use this is called a wall or a pipe. Some people call it a pipe, but I like to call it a wall. To launch this, it will be different on your keyboard, so you're gonna have to check, right? Just type to Google how to launch a pipe, or how to get pipe on your keyboard. Now we're gonna use code is Grep, and then what we're gonna put in quotation marks, I'm gonna put 16,500, right? And as you can see, this found us basically the JWT token, right? I just want you to add that if you want to find a specific thing, for example, in a file, let's say that in a rockU.txt, which is a password board list, let's say that I want to find everything that contains administrator. If I press enter, as you can see, it displayed every single record that contains administrator. So we have administrator, super administrator, home networking administrator, HP administrator, and much more combinations. So if you want to find something specific in a file, you can just use grep and quotation marks and whatever you want to find, right? When I say administrator, right, with a lowercase a, it gives me different results. However, if I put capital A, it gives me a complete different result. So grep by default is case sensitive, right? There's lots of flags. I'm not going to go through all of these flags. Just go on the internet and type in grep flags or grep options. However, if you want to ignore case sensitivity, all you need to do is just put after grep and the quotation marks, put -i, and this will ignore. And as you can see, we get administrator as well and some other results, right? So just a quick note for you guys, so you guys know how to do stuff. Now, how a JWT token works is it has three sort of sections. It has a header section, which is this one. So this is a header section. This basically a dot separates every single section. So it has, as you can see, this is the first section, second section, and the third section. The first section is called header. So this is the header. Then there's the payload, right? So this usually carries, well, it always carries your data, right? So your ID, your maybe administrative rights and stuff like that. And the signature is basically your secret. If the signature is compromised, then you can basically do whatever you want with your JWT token, right? You can modify your administrative rights if it asks for admin rights. And you can modify your ID, so you can maybe put yourself as 0, which is administrator, so then you've compromised the website, right? There's a lot of things you can do, right? Obviously, I'm teaching you this for educational purposes only. Do not commit any crimes, please. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to show you is what we're going to do is we're going to crack this signature, right? It has a weak signature, just so it doesn't take too long, and I can show you guys and teach you something. So if you take this whole token, I have it saved in a file right here. Now, if I open my terminal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to crack it. We're going to use Hashcat for this. This is why Hashcat is very, very good. Hashcat is a brilliant tool and you're going to use it a lot, and I recommend learning it. Hashcat, we're going to specify the mode, so it's just going to be pure, I'm pretty sure, yeah, pure word list. 0-m and the mode. 2 seconds ago, you saw me that I showed you mode. This specifies the mode, right? And now what we're just going to do is specify the JWT token, and we're going to specify the actual, the word list. I think I need to fix it. There we go. And just pop file disable. Pop file disable, it just allows me to crack the file again, because I have cracked this file or the same hash, and it won't crack it again, right? So let me just crack this again. And as you can see, the result is here. So it actually shows you the whole result. So this is the whole JWT token. And 2 dots just separates it, and it shows you the whole password or the signature, secret, right? And actually tells you session, hashcat, status, cracked, right? And there's some additional information of the actual JWT secret, which you can download from the internet. As you can see, there's a lot. Actually, if I do a simple command, it has 103,000 secrets. Now, I want to show you 3 things. The first I'm going to show you is autofilling, right? So there's autofilling based on your history, and there's autofilling based on your basically control. So the first thing I'm going to show you is cat. If I type in cat, right? And as you can see, there's a command, right? So there's roku.txt, and basically I showed you earlier on. If I actually get this command again, if I press enter, as you can see, it displayed the result. Now, this is based on your history, right? So if you type in a command all the time, this will be usually displayed in your history, and the Kali will basically suggest it, right? Now, how do you actually autofill, right? So let me actually demonstrate. So if I type in, for example, sudo, and as you can see, there's a command, right? So this is from my history. I've typed this in earlier on. How do you autofill this? If you press a right arrow, it will actually autofill for you, right? And then you can actually send the command or do whatever you want. You can edit it, obviously, right? So I can remove some parts of it. Let's say I just want to do sudo apt update. Now, if you want to cancel this command and get a new line, if you press Ctrl+C, it does this, right? It cancels the command or deletes it. And as you can see, we get a new line, and then you can go back to whatever you wanted, right? Boom. Right, so another autofilling feature is I want to show you that basically whenever you're typing commands and you're trying to look for files, or you're trying to sort of find out what's available to you, and then you can use the tab button, which will basically show you everything that's in the current folder or the folder that you're currently in, right? So let me show you. So if I type in user cat user share a word list, and I'm going to press tab here, it's going to autofill me, right? So if you start typing a specific name, it will autofill for you. If not, then it will display all the options for you. I'm going to press tab here, and as you can see, it displayed all the folders and available options to me, right? So for example, there's Roku right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press R, and I'm going to press tab, and as you can see, it autofilled for me, right? So a very, very important feature, and especially if you're typing long commands, or you're trying to maybe crack something and you're looking for a word list, this is very, very useful, because it just saves you time and it sort of gives you idea where you are, right? So if I am word list and I press tab again, right, I will display what's in the actual folder. Right, so just for the end of the video, I want to show you guys how to web pen test using Burp Suite, right? So what we go here is our proxy, which is Burp Suite, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a simple case of exploit, right, of exploitation IP filtering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click intercept. I'm going to send a simple request, and I'm going to send it to repeater. That's what I always do. And I'm going to send the request, and what I like to also do sometimes, if it's possible, then render. This just allows me a closer look and just allows me, instead of me, I mean, you can also look here, right? It tells you straight away what you're looking for. But what I'm sometimes interested is I want to see how the whole web page is basically rendered. Okay, now what we go here is you can see your IP does not belong to the LAN. You need to authenticate because you're not on the LAN. So for this to work, I would have to be on the LAN, but that's not possible for me, right? Because first of all, I would have to be there, right? For second of all, I would have to connect my device to the LAN, but that's obviously not possible either. So what we need to do is we need to exploit this. How can you exploit this? What we need to do is I need to spoof my IP address so it looks like I'm on the internal network. How can I do that? Well, Burp Suite helps you with this, right? And a simple HTTP header can allow you to spoof your IP address. So if I use x forwarded 4, right, which is one of the, sorry, I need to spell that first, x forwarded 4, 2 dots, and now what I need to do is I need to find IP address. But I want to show you one cool thing. Let's say I will put 127.127.0.0.1, right? So it looks like I'm accessing it from localhost or from the web server. If I send a request, it actually reflects, right? So 127.0.0.1. So this is a good sign. If the website reflects your input, that sometimes means you can exploit it, right? Especially with XSS, if you like send a request, right, like script alert, and the website reflects it, that is a good sign, right? So what happens is we can possibly spoof this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter an IP range. So I'm just going to enter 10.10.10, and I'm just going to enter this, and as you can see, we have successfully basically bypassed the security, right? Well, security. Let's just say a mechanism, right? Because this is no security. So as you can see, boom, a simple case. Right, so that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, comment, and if you have any questions, just comment them below. I'll try to answer as soon as possible. And if you want other content, if you want to learn a bit more, then go to my channel. There's plenty of content for you, and peace.